Get your comms up.
Week 4. Jesus Christ. And we're going live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Panther fans, and welcome to another Panther Comms podcast. I'm your host, Timmy VO, and this is Monday in the Box, week 4, Arizona edition. This is probably going to be one of the fastest man in the boxes of the season, I'm hoping, because, I mean, it's almost self-explanatory, but I'm going to dive into details because I think a lot of folks aren't necessarily looking at things a certain ways. And if you've been around the game long enough, you've been around the right people, you look at the game differently. It is what it is. And me being a Panther fan, I enjoy sharing. So here we go. Yay! Yeah, here we go. All right, so we're starting with the bottom portion of the box score. If you're looking at the Panthers box score through the Panthers website, the official NFL box score, and the thing that stood out to a lot of people, and I'm sure you guys probably seen it yourself, is the time of possession. The time of possession was 38 minutes to 21. So we lost time of possession by 17 minutes. That's damn near a whole quarter. That's over a quarter. Matter of fact, the Arizona Cardinals had the football well over an entire quarter more than the Panthers did. Let that sink in. Jesus Christ. So also, let's see, we'll go into goal-to-go efficiency and red zone efficiency. We got in the red zone once. And then as you can see, red zone. Now, if you look at it, folks, so not only did Arizona get into our red zone 5 times, three out of those 5 times they got to the first and goal scenario. See, this is what an offense needs to look like. Get into the red zone, and when you get into the red zone, micromanage down to the first and goal, second and goal. You know what I'm saying? We don't make anything manageable. It is what it is. If you look at the top there, obviously the bright spot of our team this year is our defense and special teams. Believe it or not, outside of those fumbles that Chuba keeps having, but I'm not going to go there. But Heckers, man, gosh, those 2 acquisitions we got from the Rams seem to be working out very well. That's all I have to say about that. So, let's move over to the next stat frame. We are looking at here. One thing that really stood out to me, and it blew my freaking mind. The Arizona Cardinals had 37 rushing plays against our defense. 37 rushing plays. You know what our net yards rushing was? As you can see there yourself, highlighted for you, 40. Third down efficiency, we were at 20%. We got into a third down situation 10 times and converted 2. That's practically, you could say that we converted a third down. God almighty. We converted a third down once a quarter in one half. Sad. It's sad, folks. And total net yards overall. Total net yards was 220. To their 338. And of course, if you had the ball 17 minutes more than your opponent, you could do things like that. Just saying. Moving on. An extremely pedestrian day by Christian McCaffrey. 8 attempts for 27 yards, Foreman only got one carry, and that was in the Wildcat formation. The man is too big for that. We have plenty of skill set players that fit that Wildcat mold, and we're using Foreman. You can look at Kyler Murray's numbers. That's what an NFL quarterback looks like, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, say what you want about the guy. He did what he needed to do to win the game. And they put us in a blender. Ertz was balling. Even though he only had 47 yards, he 100% on his targets, just like McCaffrey, as you can see there, 9 of 9. I mean, if in a perfect world, DJ Moore will have numbers like that, but Chris McCaffrey, and I said this before, and other people said it, but granted, he's a running back. I get that. His hands are unmistakable. I mean, considering his bloodline, you can see why. He's our best receiver. And Baker needs to find him a lot more often. That'll bring the linebackers up. And when you bring the linebackers up, you can get your wide receivers crossing behind them. You get your tight ends running some hooks, running some comebacks behind them. Squatting in the zone. I mean, so many things open up in the medium range passing game when you utilize Christian McCaffrey the correct way. Plain and simple. And Baker Mayfield's just. There's a reason why it took that long to get that deal done for Baker. I think he was really hesitant to come here. Maybe I'm not seeing a leader in the quarterback position on our team. Moving on. All right, and last slide here. This is where shit hit the fan. Pardon my English. The Cardinals. You can see right there in the third quarter, the first highlighted area. The Cardinals had 9 plays for 89 yards. It took 5 minutes. And that was to tie the game. So they basically said, you know what? Screw this. It's time to play. 9 plays, 89 yards. And this is after our defense had to cover our offense's ass the entire first half. Even though we went up 7-0, had momentum, had the crowd in it, home field advantage, all this good stuff, man, and the offense shit the bed. Up until the end of the half. We went into, and that's another thing. We had momentum at the beginning of the first half. We had momentum at the end of the first half. Came out, got the ball, and did nothing with it offensively. Now, here's the killer. And this is what really put our defense at a disadvantage for the rest of the game because they were gassed. That second highlighted area, you can see it for yourself, folks. I mean, they got a field goal. Granted, they had the ball for almost 10 minutes. Moving on. And then, Kyler Murray. He was something else, man. He was something else. I mean, Chris McCaffrey did his thing, whatever. But that's irrelevant, to be honest with you, because we didn't win the game. He'd probably tell you the same thing. So I mean, folks, man, our offense is the reason, obviously. And the numbers just puts it in detail on how bad it is. Checking on my puppies. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Panther fans, our offensive line has gotten better. Christian McCaffrey is still healthy. We're going into week 5. When was the last time that happened? DJ got more targets. But there is no excuse. I can't find a reason why we cannot run the football. Foreman is a big dude. He has plenty of film. The guy can run the football. 1 carry out of 4 quarters. Christian McCaffrey, 8 carries. You telling me we can't move people up front now? But it doesn't make any sense to me. After seeing what Chenault can do, and then that double reverse attempt, excuse me, which kind of changed the momentum of the game a little bit, mind you. Why Chenault wasn't the one giving the handoff to DJ is beyond me. Yeah, it's just personnel decisions. Why is Christian McCaffrey not giving it off? Lord knows Christian McCaffrey draws a lot of attention. Anyway, so that's it, folks. I mean, that's all I got to say, man. On to San Francisco, first West Coast trip, all the way out there. I mean, that's not going to be an easy game neither. Road games really test whether or not you're a team, because you're all you got. It would be great if they go out there and just ball the hell out. But if they do that, how they do that is going to be very important, because you're going to have some explaining to do, Lucy. I don't see how this offense, the defense I'm not worried about. Chin should be okay. There is no way this offense can really just flip a switch from where they are right now, especially with Baker. People talking about Sam Darnold. You must be out your damn mind. You think he saw ghosts before? Anyway, there has to be a way this offense can get it together, but it's not going to be over 1 week. This is a new OC who doesn't necessarily like the QB. And you have a QB who's somewhat disgruntled. Nobody likes to lose. It's just, there's a lot of things we're not hearing, folks. We're not seeing, but the product on the field is obvious. Especially now, 4 weeks into the season, and this is how you play. This is how you run the football. We're gonna mess around, be the next Jags franchise, folks. Yeah, man, it is what it is. Hey, you guys enjoy your week though, man. And don't let this get you down in the dumps too bad. I mean, it's still early in the season. Things can happen. McAdoo could change his philosophy, his way of things. But like I mentioned to Dave, and we'll be on the lookout for Panther Fan Friday with Davey. Davey be back. But like I mentioned to Dave, we're not going to win games without running the football. Last week is a testament to that. We were in the game against the Giants. Running the ball is how we're going to win games, folks. Because we have got to stop putting our defense in this position. And it blows my mind still, and I'm going to let you guys go. It blows my mind still that Matt Rule has talked so much about, defense is important. We drafted all defensive players, defense. And yet at the same time, strategically, he does not understand that scoring points is also a deterrent. Putting points on the board puts heat on the offense of your opponent. That is basic football. And for him to put all his chips in the defense thinking that's going to win in the NFL, no, he's a great speaker. He's a great rah-rah guy. He'll probably make a lot of money going to Hiltons and conference buildings and giving prep talks to people and all that other good stuff. Sure, he'll be a great, he'll be great on tour. He might run a good practice. his ego has put him in a situation, and him and Tepper both. I guess that's why Tepper likes this guy. They're very egotistical. They might not say it to your face, but how you manage things says a lot about your character too. But I digress. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But basically, folks, I don't see how. Oh yeah, like I was telling Dave, it's very rare that you have a brand new offensive coordinator and a brand new quarterback and a brand new system come into a new team and just start balling off day one. Because and you also got to plug in a rookie left tackle, basically a brand new starting left guard, a center that didn't start last year, if I'm not mistaken. And a brand new right guard, even though he's a bona fide pro, Super Bowl winning starting right guard, and the only bookend is your right tackle, but he has his ups and downs too. It's the league. You have all these new moving parts, new terminology, That's ego. Rules should have been out here a long time ago. But because of Tepper's ego, because he don't want to eat those words, we're in a spin cycle. We're going nowhere. Our best opportunity was to keep Joe Brady, keep Teddy Bridgewater, build that O-line, bring in a new quarterback, and through the draft, have Teddy be that bridge, no pun intended, and then move forward, hoping that Christian McCaffrey will still be around because you don't want to lose that kind of weapon. Keeping DJ happy by having a rookie quarterback and a veteran wide receiver, your number one guy, build a rapport behind a mean offensive line where we can run the football. Hell, we can draft in that department too. Bring in a stud to run behind. Not a Chuba. I mean, Chuba has great quickness, and he's a good kid. No knock on him, but you're not gonna tell me he's better than Foreman. You're not gonna tell me that. Egos is why we as Panther fans are fucking frustrated. Egos. I said this a couple years ago with another podcast. Tepper better not screw this up. Folks ain't gonna put up with it. There was a lot of us that had family and friends in North Carolina that were fans of different teams before the Panthers got here. And the way we got ties to collegiate players and Carolina State, Appalachian State, ECU, all the Carolina schools, 49ers, all the football. We don't have to have ties to the Carolina Panthers like that. You're putting the fan base in a position where we're going on 4 years of this crap. 5. And the times where people's wallets are a little tight, I'm not quite sure you're going to play that kind of Russian roulette, homeboy. Now, I'm not speaking for myself, but there are people out there, and I communicate on it. Folks, you know some too. They are teetering on just saying, you know what, screw it. When they start winning again is when I'll start watching. Dead serious. I'm not that kind of guy because I love football. I got ties to the Panthers. It is what it is, Panther fans. Look, hey, again, you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys on Friday. And as always, keep pounding.
Panther Comms podcast with Timmy VO.